Hey Debbie,
Hey Helen, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? It's good to see you.
I'm good. It's good to see you too.
Oh, I love your background.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, just floating around in the Aurora Borealis world right now. I love your background, which is actually real. I'm assuming.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
uh this is Sophia, by the way. She's a bit of a troublemaker, so if you hear things crashing and stuff.
I am such a cat person. She is so cute. I'm such
uh,
a cat person. I love cats so much.
I
Unfortunately, I'm allergic, but yeah, I had one as a kid before I had my allergies, so I miss having a
oh.
cat. I follow most of the accounts I follow on social media are actually cats. Crazy, believe it or not. Yeah, I miss being a cat mom.
Aw,
Sophie
yeah.
is really cute.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I've got another one, her sister, which they kind of get along, but they kind of don't.
Yeah.
Bobby. So, yeah, Bobby and
Oh.
Sophia.
Yeah, I know this with cats, unless they're, grow up together, then, or even if they do. You just never know.
Uh, so how are things out in California?
It's good. We had some rain, actually had some rain, was it last week? And that's a big thing for us, actually. That's a big deal here. We're very, very dry. And we always have like water shortages and droughts and things like that. So it's um it's always good when we have rain. And plus I just love rain anyway. I'm just, I people always tell me if I grew up anywhere else I would hate the rain, but I absolutely love rain. I've always loved since I was a kid.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I do too. Me and my mom used to absolutely love rainy days. There's
oh,
something,
good. So it's not just
yeah, it's not just you. Yeah,
it's been
it's
good.
it's so peaceful and there's just something about it. It creates a
Yeah.
mood, you
Yeah,
know.
the sound, even the smells after rain and just the mood exactly, the emotional. Yeah, I love that stuff.
Uh,
So, how's
so
your weather doing? You guys freezing over there?
yeah, pretty close to it. We have had some snow. We got a few inches of snow. It's not too bad, but the cat's knocking everything over. So,
I can't hear it.
but oh geez, Sophia. Oh man. Okay, I give up. She's gonna do her thing. I'll just clean it up later.
They always do. Especially the most inopportune times when they know.
Yes,
They
I've
know.
noticed. Usually she isn't this bad. She's usually pretty quiet and docile and everything, but today, man, she's been running around the house and just full of energy and everything. And I'm thinking, man, where could I get some of this energy from? But
I know.
yeah, this weather
I
out.
feel you.
But yeah, the weather outside is it's cold. It is. I'll be glad when it warms back up. I can see why people go to Florida and to California and stuff like that. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, it gets too hot here. I mean, I know it gets super hot in Midwest, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's just like such a because my parents are from there, so I've been there a few times as a kid. And it was so hot and humid in the summer, I was like dying. It gets very hot here, but the humidity is not on the same level. It's actually like in the hundreds here or over 100, but it's just like dry usually.
mhm.
Um, so it's not, it feels worse in the Midwest, even though the temperatures are actually lower. But yeah, it's just the humidity. Humidity factor is really bad.
Yeah, we've got that humidity, which makes it feels like you're in an oven
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah,
It can
that's
be
the thing.
suffocating. It really
Oh,
can.
oh, people have to have air conditioning there. Like here, people don't have air conditioning, for the most part, we don't.
Oh
Because we don't
wow.
have, because we're not really, or maybe like 2 months out of the year, we have really high temperatures, but for the most part, it's not doesn't get that hot most of the year. So most people don't want to spend the money to do that. But everybody has heating. So it still gets cold, not compared to there. I don't say compared to there. Like right now it's considered a cold front and it's like the highs are in the 60s and it's a cold front.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the highs here are in like the low to mid 30s, but
Oh
at
wow.
night it goes down into the teens. So yeah,
Ooh.
it's
Ooh.
yeah. You better believe
Yeah.
I bundle up. Yeah.
Oh, I can believe it. Yeah, it must be hard to like want to leave. Like like go outside, like that. You can't get warm enough no matter how much you bundle up, I'm sure. So it's like
Yeah, yeah. And the worst part is we've got that wind and everything, and the wind
yeah,
just
the wind
makes it,
chill.
yeah, just makes it that much colder.
I believe it, yeah.
Ah, but tell me, so tell me a little bit about yourself. How did you get started in music?
Well, I kind of knew from the time I was 8 years old that I wanted to do this. That's kind of when I realized I could sing. I have three older brothers, and so they would play, and they were all like a lot older than me, like 10 years older than me. So I was probably about 6 years old when I started hearing, like contemporary music and not Disney songs. And I was totally fascinated. And and basically, I went on my own kind of a musical journey where I started listening to like, rock stations and stuff. And yeah, I just started singing and realized that it was fun, basically. Um, I also liked acting, so I took both choir and acting throughout junior high and high school.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
did soloing as a soloist. It's funny because when I was 13, I had my first public performance, and my dad was I had asked if I could get like singing lessons. So I knew that I wanted to do this and I wanted to learn how to do it right. And he said, "Well, let's see how you do. Let's see how you do first. We'll see how your performance goes. If you got it," he's like, "You got to have some talent. If you got it, then yeah. If you don't, then you're gonna have to move on." I was like, "Okay, that's fair enough." Because they're not cheap. They're not cheap.
Yeah.
So I passed. So then yeah, he paid for me to have. I had like 2 years of professional vocal training. From the time I was 14 to 16 by a professional opera singer
Oh, wow.
who my dad and my oldest brother wanted me to get into opera, but I was not having it. I knew I wanted to be a rock star. I was like, I want to be a rock star. And I told my vocal teacher, I was like, yeah, can I bring in some, rock songs? She's like, absolutely not. That is not real music. That's so I was forced to sing like classical music. I didn't do opera per se, but I did some classical music, which I found pretty boring, but I did like the fact that they were in other languages. So I thought that was interesting because I was
Ah,
always fascinated by other languages and things like that, like singing in Latin and singing in French and German. And I had taken some French in school, so that was interesting too. That part was interesting. And then she let me throw in some Broadway songs.
oh,
So, so I was like, that's the most rock and roll I
right.
could get. I took it up. But I knew I didn't want to be an opera singer in classical music. I figured that I would use what I learned and do what I wanted after that. And I pretty much still use the techniques she taught me at the time. So
Okay.
it's paid off. It's definitely paid off. So I'm grateful
Yeah.
for that. She and I butt heads, but it turned out working really well. Working out really well for me. So
Yeah. I'm singing in other languages. I know some people might be a little intimidated by that, but you weren't at all. You just went for
no, yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I think when you're a kid, you can absorb things like a sponge, like a lot more readily.
it. Yes.
Like for example, I cannot play an instrument to save my life. I tried. Unfortunately, I didn't really try until I was 25. I started taking guitar lessons, and it's not coordinated. I'm just not coordinated. So forget the piano. Like I tried the keyboard, and that's even worse. But yeah, basically what I was finding was that I'm apparently not a very good multitasker because I can't seem to play and sing at the same time. Like I can, but I feel like neither one of them turns out well. So I probably could have been a little bit better on the guitar if I had actually applied myself more. But I kind of am a little impatient because with singing, it sort of just came to me naturally. Not that I don't have to like improve myself, I do, and we all do, but it just kind of comes out, you don't really think about it. Whereas guitar or instruments, you have to think about it, you have to practice and I get impatient. So if I don't get it right away, then I just move on. So I get bored and move on. That's the problem. So but never with singing and acting, both of them. I love both of them. Singing more
So,
so.
so have you been able to do anything with the acting?
I didn't do anything past high school. Yeah, pretty much. I concentrated more on. I actually wanted to when I graduated high school. I wanted my parents to send me to like a music school or a theatrical school where I could combine both. But they weren't having it. They were like, nope, you cannot get a steady job off of that. So you're gonna have to do something. You have to, we're not gonna pay for that. And you're gonna have to we'll kick you out of the house if you don't. I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, so well, I love writing. I'm a lyricist and I've been writing poetry since I was 10
Mm.
and started writing lyrics when I was about 11 or 12 because I was in my first band when I was about 11 or 12. And I did the lyrics. And then my best friend she played the keyboard, so she wrote the music, and that's how it started. But so I thought about being a writer, but I was like, and then they were like, no on that. And so I took a journalism class because I thought, well, maybe I didn't like journalism because I like writing fiction. I like being creative with it and not just saying facts.
Yeah.
Um, so then I was also fascinated by psychology. So I ended up choosing psychology and getting degrees in psychology, but to make my parents happy. But at the same time, I was always working on music at the same time, and I was in a lot of local bands and things like that. And but never did any publicly released recordings until recently. So yeah, with Beautiful Darkness, that was my first time doing professional recording and releasing
Okay.
it. So
How did
yeah.
you come up with that title, Beautiful Darkness?
It kind of came to me. Well, the field of music is that, and then everybody will tell me my lyrics are kind of dark. They're kind of I won't say dark, but they're kind of sad. Yeah, and that seems to be what I like to write about. So I was like, well, that a part of human nature is the good and the bad, and I feel like a lot of people want to sort of repress the bad or the darkness, but there's beauty in darkness too. So that's how I came up with the title. I was like, ah, Beautiful Darkness, and I was going over with Kieran. He's like, that's it, that's it. So that's how I came up with it, and he's like, let's use that. I was like, good, yeah, let's use it.
So
So yeah.
how did you two come together, you and Kieran?
It's an interesting story. Actually, as you know, he plays for Jeff Tate, and
Mhm.
I am a very big, huge Jeff Tate fan. He's like since I was a teen, he was like very influential on me as a vocalist. And so I just, during the pandemic, where a lot of us were not doing much, I was in quarantine because I have asthma and I couldn't, be out in public and all that stuff. So I was quarantined for about 6 months. So I was just kind of scrolling, like the YouTube and stuff. And a lot of artists at the time were doing, like off-site kind of like concerts, like in studio. So I was like, oh, I haven't checked out Jeff Tate in a while. I wonder what he's up to. And so I saw one of their shows on YouTube. And I was looking at the band, and I was like, oh, I don't recognize some people here, but like I noticed Kieran, and I was like, he really stood out. His stage presence, he has amazing stage presence. And I was like, this guy acts like he owns the stage, He really, and it's hard to, not that I'm saying he's trying to upstage Jeff Tate, but it was definitely there. So I was like, huh. And my hunch was that he probably has led his own band. And sure enough, I found out I looked into it. And I was like, oh, he does he has had his own band. He's had his own solo project and stuff. And so I checked that out. I really loved what he did. And he also did another project called Till Death Do Us Part with Jeff Tate's daughter. And I love that. When I heard that, I was like, oh, that's what I want to do. I would love to work with this guy, he's really talented. I would love to work with him. But I was like, yeah, I'm sure that's not going to happen. So to fast forward what happened, Kieran had posted something on his Instagram, like a little musical instrumental piece, which was absolutely gorgeous. And I was like, it inspired me to write lyrics to it. Even though I figured there probably already were lyrics to it, and there are. I was like, yeah, like I was showing my friend, I go, this is what I wrote to this, this little piece of music I saw on the internet. And she's like, this is great. She's like, why don't you send it to this guy? I was like, yeah, right. Like he's just gonna be like, who is this random person sending me lyrics and singing them? I was like, she's like, well, what do you have to lose? I was like, I guess you're right. He could always send me a cease and desist letter, but yeah, I'll try, I'll try it. And he didn't. He liked it. He did not. He didn't hate it. So basically, but he did say, of course, this is a song that's already taken by
Yeah.
Jeff Tate. It's already taken by Jeff Tate has written lyrics to this. This is coming out in the future. So I can't use your lyrics, but I was like, huh, okay. So I said, well, if you ever need, like a singer or like a lyricist in the future, let me know. And he's like, yeah. So, and then we just happened to we had like we met in person later on that year at one of Jeff's shows, and then I just said, hey, do you want to write together? And he's like, sure. So I guess it made some type of impression. So, and the lyrics that I actually wrote that he couldn't use ended up turning into Under the Night. And so basically, I was writing lyrics to Under the Night to that song. And of course, he had to change up the melody and everything. So um, that's it became Under the Night. That was the first song that Kira and I wrote together for Beautiful Darkness, and it's pretty special. Also, sadly, a little bit more about that song is that it happened to coincide with a friend of mine he took his own life. So I just found out about it at that time, and so I actually dedicated it to him, and I kind of he was married. He had like five kids, and
Oh,
it's so tragic. Yeah, and
I'm
so it was basically due to drug abuse and losing his job, and spiraling down. And so so I had already sensed that the musical piece that Kieran had wrote was very sad and kind of mourning. So I had a sense it was a sad, kind of mournful song. I kind of imagined, like a grieving. And so it was already in that vein. And then when I found out about my friend, then I just tailored it to him and wrote the entire lyric. So it's basically about me imagining what it'd be like to be his wife and coming home to an empty house and not being able to handle it. So anybody who's ever lost somebody close to them, can relate. It's like you kind of can't believe that they're gone, and you come home, you expect them to be there, and
yeah.
they're not there. So she actually it's kind of weird. I think of songs as movies, little movies or little stories. So the character in the song is sort of like can't handle, the grieving, and she's in denial, and so she imagines that he's still alive, and she's still walking with him on the beach and everything. So yeah, it's basically about her denial. During the day, she functions normally, but at night she comes home to this fantasy world. So that's what I wrote about. And I brought a little bit from Edgar Allan Poe, who's my favorite. He's my favorite poet. I love Edgar Allan Poe,
Oh,
and so I
yeah.
brought a little line from Nevermore, which I had Kieran so eloquently speak in the song. So,
Uh,
but yeah, it's this part of the song where it says Whisper Nevermore, and so he does that part, and yeah, does a great job on that. But yeah, that's what the song's about, and that was the first song we wrote together, and then that worked out really well. So Kieran said, "Hey, do you want to do more?" I said, "Absolutely." So that's where that came from, and so we did. We wrote two more songs after that, which is next one was Touch, and then Doll on a Shelf. And then we decided to do actually a redo of his song that he did from his solo album. I think it was like 10 years ago now. He was just a teenager.
oh,
But he wrote that, yeah, he's actually been a pro for a long time since he was a kid. Yeah.
oh, wow.
So he's yeah, he has a lot of professional experience. Even though he's young. But yeah, it was called Forever. It was one of his singles, and I don't know if you've heard it. It's absolutely beautiful. I love that song. I couldn't, and he told me he was 16 when he wrote it. I was like, I can't believe you wrote this when you're 16 years old. It's gorgeous. And so I was like, hey, why don't we do like a cover, oh, not cover because it's his song. It was like, why don't do like a new version of that as a duet? Because I kind of always pictured it as like a duet and like with vampire and all. And he's like, sure. So, so, so he just, I love vampires, of course, Miss Goffy here. So yeah, he's like, yeah, let's go for it. So he redid the music again and we redid it as a duet. And so that's like our fourth single, our version. And we're actually working on a whole album. So we have four more songs written, but they're all in different variations of being done. So yeah, hopefully that will come out soon. It's just he's extremely busy, so he's very much in demand. So
Yes.
he can't be here all the time to work with me. So and we've been working together since 2022. So we've been working on this since 2022. But like I said, he's very much in demand, so it's hard to get time with him sometimes. But it's very, very easy to work with him. He and I are very good balance of writing and creativity because I think of a lot of ideas, but I can't actually play them. But he knows how to interpret that and bring them into reality. And he like if I'll say, "Hey, can you do like a make it sound like I'm drowning? Like I just fell in some water and was drowning, and what would that sound like?" He's like, "Okay." So how about this? And I'm like, "Sure, no, not quite. This. Yeah, you got it." So yeah, but he's always willing to go there. He's very, very open to ideas. Some musicians I've worked with in the past are not really. They're more traditional, and I'm like, since I don't have the musical knowledge to say, oh, this key. I'll be honest with you. I don't know keys. I don't know the notes I'm singing. I have no idea what I'm singing. Basically, I have no idea. So you'll be like, what key is it? I have no idea. What is a key? So it just comes out, And some musicians are like, well, I don't get where you're going. But he's very, very good at interpreting me. So which helps a lot. Not everybody can. So yeah. That's been
Oh,
great. Yeah.
oh, wow. And have you guys thought of eventually, because when you were talking about your friend, and I'm so sorry, who committed
Thank
suicide,
thank
um,
you.
have you ever thought of doing, with all respect, a music video or anything to go with it?
We've talked about it. Yeah. Again, it's difficult with his schedule. Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's not here very often in LA. He did move to LA. That's we actually when we first started working together, we he was on tour with Jeff, and so we would just work over the internet, send stuff back and forth. And I have a friend of mine who's a recording engineer, and he would record my vocals and then send it to Kieran. Um, and so he didn't move here till a couple years ago. So Kieran moved here a couple years ago. And but you'd think, oh well, yeah, it's a lot easier to work together, but he's very busy. So even when he's not on the road with like Jeff or Faster Pussycat,
Mm.
he's working with a lot of different artists. So it's difficult to schedule that. We did do we did do a 30-second video actually of Forever. And so I have a little clip on my social media. That's the farthest we've gone as far as video goes. Also, that takes a lot of money to do too. So,
Yeah, yeah.
um, but if anybody wants to, record a video for us, so we'd be down. So I do my little very simplistic home videos of myself singing in my apartment, which that's about all I can do right now. Right now. So maybe we'll be able to do something more professional, hopefully in the future. But for now, you have my little home recordings.
Um,
So,
do you have anything coming up like for the new year? Any music you've been working on, playing around with?
yeah, so we have four more songs that we're working on. I would say two more are pretty much done. The other two especially the last one, need a little more work. But we're hoping we've been saying we're going to release this for like 2 years now. So hopefully, it'll get done. early next year, I'm hoping. I was hoping the end of this year, but we only have like a month left to go, and then he's going off again and on tour with Jeff next year. So early
Oh,
in the year, I believe. So yeah, it's a little challenging because like I said, he's not here all the time. So um, yeah, but hopefully it'll be out soon. I'm hoping.
I know you mentioned Jeff Tate as like one of your inspirations. Is there anybody else who kind of inspired you when you were growing up or going into music, even now?
Hmm. Amy Lee. Amy Lee is amazing. I've had people actually, and I'm not saying this is true at all, but I've had a couple people in the industry tell me I sound like her, and I was like, I was so flattered. I was so flattered. I was like, I wish, but I'm very flattered that they think that. Because she is very, yeah, she's amazing. I would say Amy Lee. Who else? Oh, Muse. I absolutely love Muse and Matt Bellamy. Absolutely love his voice. And he actually has like a kind of an operatic voice, actually, really.
Mm.
Which I can relate to with my training. So people ask me like, could you sing Muse? I'm like, I can actually, yeah. And I absolutely love it. Yeah. So I'd say those also. And Jeff Tate is very operatic too, so you kind of see a pattern here and Amy Lee. Yeah. So it's like um older influences I would say would be like Deborah Harry from Blondie.
Yeah,
Um, and she's still going. Yeah, she's still
yeah,
going.
that's incredible.
Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah, so I would say that those are the people I would say. As far as my lyrics go, I would say the biggest influence I've had is Sting. Actually, I actually love Sting's lyrics. To me, he's a genius, and um, yeah, I learned a lot from him actually, just looking at what he does and how he structures his lyrics and his songs and it's interesting is that he puts like liner notes. Well, there was this one album I think he put liner notes on and he writes about like what the songs are about and I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And so I was just to me it's always interesting to see how lyricists have a seed of an idea, something happens and how they express it and put it into words is really always I've always loved words. I love wordplay. I just always love words. So and whenever I love to read when I was a kid, I read a lot and I don't read as much now, I don't have as much time, but I used to read all the time when I was a kid. And if there was a word I didn't know, I would look it up immediately in the dictionary. So vocabulary and spelling and all this stuff is kind of my jam and words and all that stuff. Yeah. My best friend, she's always teasing me. She's like, you sound like an English professor, like the way you speak. And I'm like, thanks. That's a big compliment.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there was I dated a guy quite a few years back who was like really into the goth scene and everything and the lyrics and everything. Um, Man, I'm trying to think of the band's name. It was Soil and Planet or something like that, but they had the song Sentence Me.
Mm.
And I mean, the guy has this powerful operatic voice. And
Hmm.
I'm going to have to send it to you. It's incredible.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to hear that. Yeah, for sure.
Um, but yeah, it's just, and I never thought that I could like get into it, but yeah, I got into it.
Yeah,
Some of the
definitely. I think
music, some of the music was just kind of cool. It was
Yeah, yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, there's a relatively new artist named I think it's pronounced Maro, and harking back to my French speaking days, Moreau, I think. And he's really good. He's a really talented goth kind of musician, and I think he does all of his own instruments or something. But yeah, he has this real deep, that little deep, sexy voice. Something
yeah.
going for him. I know my friend and I wanted to see him when he was here. He's in some type of festival, I think, but we couldn't make it for some reason. But Next time he's out here, I want to go for sure.
Yes, there's nothing like a man with a deep, sexy voice.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I agree with I'm with you there.
Oh, so um, along with the music and everything, is there anybody that you would like to eventually, if you could, work with?
Mm. Are we talking realistically or like fantasy?
It doesn't matter which either way you want to go.
Oh, well, I mean, the people who influenced me the most would be a dream come true, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But that would be that that would something magical would have to happen there, you know. Um, Actually, the friend of mine, the engineer who recorded my vocals when Kieran hadn't moved here yet, I we talked about working together. His name is Elmer Escobar, and he goes by the name Animus. And he's a really talented musician and producer. And he mostly does electronic music, but he also he's very open-minded and does a lot of other music too. He's open to. So he and I have talked about working together. Not just because he was so far he's just sort of like he was my sound engineer, but he's also we were thinking about, oh, you know, maybe we could write something together. So that would be fun to do. But again, he's also very busy a lot. Um, who else do I want to work with? There's other people I've seen that I would love to work with, and they don't know it yet. So, and I know them. But like local people here in LA. But like famous people, yeah, like I said, Muse, Matt
Oh,
Bellamy, I would love to work with him. Of course, Jeff Tate, who wouldn't want to work with him? But that I would be extremely intimidated. I did actually meet him briefly one time when I met Kieran, and I was pretty intimidated by him. So, yeah, that's good. But I'm sure he's a really cool guy. He's really nice. But yeah, it's just the whole, when you grow up like being a fan of somebody and then meeting them in person, it's like, whoa. So it's very surreal. I will say that. And if I don't know what I'd do if I met Sting, I think I would have a heart attack.
I know there are always those few artists, that you meet and you're trying to play it cool, and yet, you know, inside your heart's like beating 1,000 miles per hour and
Yeah,
everything. Oh, yes.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's but at the end of the day, they're human like all of us. And, you know, it's funny because I remember I was nervous working with Kieran at first, right? And but he's like the nicest person. Yeah, and he's very down to earth. He's very easy he makes you feel comfortable like right away. And so I was nervous at first, but then yeah, he's a friend, so I got used to it. From
Yeah.
fan to friend, yeah. That's
Uh,
the interesting.
yeah, I think most people, and I kind of fell into this too, think that putting an album together isn't too difficult. And for some people, it's not. But I think when you look at all the stuff that has to be put together and the engineering and the sound and making sure everything's just right,
Hmm.
that's a process.
Hmm. It
And
is, yeah, it definitely is. And it's complicated, and it's funny because both my friend Elmer and Kieran they're like, oh, we can kind of teach you how to do this stuff, like how to record the software and things like that. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not a techie person at all. It's like, and they're like, well, we weren't either, but we had to learn. Like at least you guys are musicians. Like I don't. I'm just a singer. I consider myself a writer who can sing.
uh,
But
yeah, that I've thought about secretly. Um, Actually, I love the music and everything. I would love to know how to produce and how to like mix the albums and everything else. I would love to know how to do that.
To me, honestly, it's very painstaking because I've been there. I've been there. It's very, you have to be very detail oriented and you have to kind of like, to me, it's pretty tedious. But that's why I was like, yes, Kieran, please do that part. Yes, please. I don't want to do that part. The poor guy gets stuck with it. But he's good at that, you know, and you have to have, of course, a really good ear, but you have to go to ear anyway to do any of this. But so and then sometimes you know, he does it really fast too. He'll put like okay, I did a quick mix of this and what do you think? I'm like, oh, can you, you know, like kind of increase the volume here on this part and you know there maybe they do it. So I have a tiny little say in things. But well for the most part I leave that to him and to figure that out. And I don't want to know how it works, just you know, it's as long as it turns out it sounds good, then I'm happy. So but yeah, it
Uh,
would be good to learn how to do it, I know, but I'm just like, again, it's the whole self-discipline thing, which is impatience, you know, you have to kind of like learn those kind of things. But it's definitely a good skill to have, you know, and I wish I will have to learn it one day, I think.
yes. I know my grandmother, she had great ears and everything, especially for music. And she could hear something and she could literally play it back to you on the piano. I was
Yeah,
always
that's
so
great.
kind of, yeah, I know. I was always so kind of envious of that because I can kind of do it a little bit,
Mhm. Oh,
but
good.
wow, she was something else. Yeah. I've got an artistic family background on my dad and my mom's
Awesome.
side. Um,
Oh, wow.
but yeah, I um I suffer from uh ADHD something fierce and everything, so I can never like sit down and play something for like too long because my mind's all over the place
Get
and then I
distracted. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Uh
I got a bit of that too. Yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna ask you if you had are into music yourself or play or sing or anything like that.
I picked up, it's been a while. I did pick up the violin and I did do pretty well at that. Also, too, it was a musical instrument I could move around with instead of being at the piano. I'm like one of those people, I have to move, but I
Hmm.
absolutely, I mean, I love music and I can listen to just about anything
Hmm. Hmm.
that you throw at me. Um, I can do everything from Ozzy Osbourne to
Hmm.
the Clancy brothers to Bruce Wayne to all these different artists, Reba McEntire. Um, so, but yeah, it's kind of like, whether it's film or, art or music, but it's like you kind of immortalized yourself right in there. And it's something that will always be, you've left a piece of your soul out there for the world to listen to or to see and everything. And music really, I mean, truly can affect people.
Hmm. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, if it I would say if it weren't for me, loving music so much, because I'm always out there looking for that new song or something like that. And I'm so glad I met you. Have a beautiful voice. You really do.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
But
Um,
yeah, you know, I probably without music might have checked out a long time ago, but it's always that I've got to hear that new beat or that new song or something like this, or try to talk to this person or
mhm,
something. Yeah, but it's amazing the way that it affects you.
mhm. It's so universal. It really
Yeah.
is. And it pretty much you can from the time we're babies respond to music right away. And it's just it's a universal human thing. And I think it's the same thing with that's what's interesting about writing lyrics is that, you know, and I can only speak for myself as a lyricist, but I'm writing from a personal, usually it's from a personal experience that I want to sort of like make relatable to other people. So without getting too specific about things, but sort of like common things that we can all, well, themes we can all relate to. Um,
Yeah.
like I said, Under the Night was about, losing someone. Doll on the Shelf is about my really poor relationship choices with men. So
I can relate to that.
I can relate to that. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't made the best choices. I'm hoping to make better choices in the future. But yeah, unfortunately, I've had this really bad pattern of not intentionally, but having guys attracted to me that I'm attracted to them who have somebody else in some shape or form. And I end up being the other woman and then thinking that he's gonna leave her and then it's gonna be the two of us. And yeah, it hasn't worked out like that. So but unfortunately I did see my pattern for it and I was like, okay, I've seen this since I was really young. That I just was not, yeah, I was choosing guys that were in some way or another unavailable, like either physically unavailable or emotionally unavailable. So
Yeah. I'm good at finding the guys who I like, but for some reason don't like me. It's like just aren't interested right now.
I've
Now is
been
not the
there
time.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
been there too. I feel you. Yeah, it's I know what it is. And then like and the guys that are interested, I'm not interested in, and you have things
Yeah.
too. It's like, why? It's always like that.
I know. It's yeah, and it's sad because I really like this one guy and I was, kind of intimidated by him a little bit. And of course, in my mind, I'm thinking maybe something will work out. No, didn't work like
No.
that.
Yeah, but then I'm also, I don't know about you, but I'm also the type where I'm not very good at initiating. So I always wait for the guy to do it because I'm actually really introverted. So doing things like this is definitely out of my comfort zone. Um, Performing is kind of interesting because it's a whole other headspace, but overall I'm pretty introverted and pretty shy. So it's hard for me to kind of like, I can't just go up to, I have friends who just go up to guys and be like, hey, and I'm like, I cannot. I'm like, and even if they come to me, I'll be like, hi. Do I know you? That kind of thing. So it's that's kind of, believe it or not, a lot of creative people are introverts, and a lot of performers are. And it's kind of weird because you'd think they'd all be, really out there and extroverted to be on stage. But it's sort of a strange feeling because it's a different part of yourself.
Mhm.
Like when I'd be really nervous to make a speech in front of anybody or to teach a class, but I can sing in front of a bunch of people and I'm fine. Um, and I can act too in front of people and fine because it's like I kind of see it like I kind of have the idea of combining acting and singing because it's sort of to me character work, even though the songs I write are based on usually my own experiences. I still, when I perform them, I perform them as a character. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Yes.
to kind of make it more like I tell a story, and so in a way, there's like it keeps there's a little detachment going on, so I don't get too emotional because if you get emotional when you sing, it's not a good combination. You
Yeah.
can't cry and sing at the same time. It doesn't work very well. So that way, at least it's like this character is going through this, and so that's how I see it. And but yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like people are always surprised, people who don't know that I perform, when they see me perform and they're like, whoa, you're a totally different person than you seem to be. And I'm like, it's different side. It's different side, different headspace.
Yeah.
And it fascinating to me.
So would you like, and because you mentioned acting, would that be something that if you got a chance, you might pursue a little bit?
Yeah, I actually I have thought about going back into theater. It's just difficult, financially to make those things work.
Yeah.
Um, it's tough. But yeah, ideally, I would like to uh combine the two things, sort of like do like a not a rock opera, but like a kind of like a rock musical kind of thing. So, um, so Beautiful Darkness, we have a show coming up. And it's our first show actually, together. Not as individuals, of course, but like together. Um, and that's coming up at the famous, legendary, iconic Viper Room in here in LA on the Sunset Strip.
Okay.
And that's coming up on Saturday, December 20th. We're
Okay.
gonna be like at 9:30. I think it's just gonna be like half an hour. So it's gonna be acoustic actually.
Okay.
So it's gonna be myself and Kieran and well on the of course in the recordings Kieran plays all the instruments. But Alex Hart actually is going to be joining us as well on guitar, and he is
Okay.
also one of Jeff Tate's guitarists, you know. So he's a really cool guy. So he's actually sat in a lot of our sessions also when we're recording our Beautiful Darkness songs and kind of gives us input and ideas. He's a longtime producer, sound engineer as well. And I don't know if you've heard you're familiar with him, but he has his own band called Lexi. So, and he's performed as well, on the Sunset Strip, and he's great. So he's a great singer too, and guitarist. And so, yeah, he's going to be joining Kieran and myself, on stage. So really, really, really super buzzed about that.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be good I haven't performed in a while in public, so that will be amazing. And what a great comeback in the Viper Room,
Yes.
So
Oh my goodness.
doesn't get more iconic than that. So yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Oh,
Um, you know what's interesting too is that Kieran is a much different performer than I am. Just much like we are different songwriters, he is a lot more focused on the audience. When I sing, I tend to get in my acting mode. So I have to actually remind myself to like there's an audience here, because I will get lost in it. And I have to like think to myself to make eye contact and I actually have to speak. Um as myself between songs. But Kieran is a natural at that. Like he's just automatically he's in tune with the audience and he's very aware of how they're reacting. So that's really good because if I'm off in my own little world, he's gonna be able to connect with them while I'm out in outer space. But yeah, it's good. Again, like it's a good we have a good balance between the two of us, I think. So
okay.
yeah.
Yes, send me the details, especially about the Viper Room, and I'll be sure to add it to the.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Um, Real quick, is there anything else you wish to add before we end the interview? Anything else you think that the audience needs to know, or?
Sure. Well, you can find us on Beautiful Darkness is on all social media platforms. We have our own YouTube channel. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok, Facebook, everything. And then we have all of our music. We have our 4 singles that are out on Spotify and iTunes and Apple Music, YouTube Music, and all streaming, pretty much all streaming channels.
Okay. Oh,
So
that's
you can check us
incredible.
out there. And I have my own. I'm under Debbie Lisa. I have my own as well, my own YouTube channel and my own. I do covers as well. That I well, actually what I do since I can't play is I find karaoke music on YouTube and sing along to it. That's what I
Yeah,
have to do.
I saw
And
that you took,
cool.
real quick, sorry, don't mean to interrupt, but you took The Sound of Darkness.
Oh, Sound of Silence. Yeah,
Sound of
yeah,
Silence. Yeah, sorry, I've got
yeah.
darkness now in the brain. Um, yeah, that was good. I thought
Oh,
you did
thank
a
you.
great job with that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love this. It was actually inspired by Disturbed's version, but I did a little of my own thing. Yeah, it's funny. The reason why I did it a cappella is because I couldn't find a karaoke track that I liked. And I was like, I'm just gonna sing it a cappella. Let's just, yeah. And it actually kind of fits with the sound of silence because it's no music, So I did that. Yeah, so thank you. I appreciate that. I love that song. That song means so much to me. My dad used to play Simon and Garfunkel when I was a kid. Oh gosh,
Oh
it's so
yeah.
bad. And so that song really hit me, even as like a 8-year old or 6-year old when I heard it, I knew that it was really deep. So, and it's still true today. So actually that's probably we're going to be doing some covers along with our originals, and hopefully that's going to be in the set list. I'm hoping. We'll see. We're going to do a couple covers. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're going to do a couple covers along with our originals. So at the Viper room. So
Okay.
anybody in the LA area or anybody wants to come on vacation in the LA area during December 20th, check us out. It's actually free entry too. So
Okay.
that's good. Yeah.
And that's at 9:30?
9:30. Yeah, 9:30 p.m.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be a fun time.
Yes. Definitely check that out, audience, if you're in
I'll be
LA.
posting for sure. Yes. Yes. Please do. It'll be
Um,
entertaining, I promise.
oh,
And come
but
say
thank
hi.
but thank you, Debbie, so much for doing this interview. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you for asking me. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.